Hi, I'm Dan Gable from Shore Murphy and Associates at Casey, and welcome to the first episode of Big Agent in a Small Town. In this video series, we're going to pick an insurance topic in each video, and hopefully he addresses it in plain English where it's as easy to understand as possible, and hopefully we can have a little fun when possible as well too. You may wonder why I chose the title Big Agent in a Small Town. So the first reason is fairly self-explanatory. I am a big person, not small. So, that's where that came in. I'm also a partner and agent at Shore Murphy and Associates Insurance Agency and Shore Murphy and Associates, the Casey Insurance Agency, and Casey is also a big part of this, which is home to big things in a small town. If you live in central Illinois or passing through the area, I highly recommend taking a day and going to Casey. And you can check out things like the world's largest rocking chair, the world's largest wind chime, the world's largest mailbox, just to name a few. We also have a lot of awesome local businesses here in the area that you can check out as well too. So our topic that we're going to cover today is additional insureds in construction. So if you own a construction business, you've probably seen the words additional insured way more than you want to, probably daily, if not close to it. The one thing I can tell you is I think it's not going away. You're probably only going to see more of it. So, I kind of want to explain more why the need for additional insureds are when it comes to construction insurance, and we go over some of the different additional insured options, and if you need to purchase an additional insured option, how you can do that as well too. So first, why do we even need to worry about additional insured endorsements? And when I talk about construction insurance, I'm going to talk about in reference to general contractors and subcontractors. General contractors, obviously, you would be the contractor or overseeing a whole project. So, let's say that someone is building a new building for their business. They hire a general contractor or to oversee that whole construction process, make sure it gets completed properly. And then that general contractor is going to use subcontractors to help them complete the work. People like plumbers, electricians, HVAC contractors, just to name a few. So, first from the general contractor perspective, why are additional insureds so important in construction? So, if you're a general contractor and you're in charge of a job site, in let's say one of your subcontractors, a plumbing contractor, or for some reason causes an occurrence where someone is injured on the job site, you're gonna want their policy to provide coverage rather than yours, since it was due to their negligence, and that's why the additional insured endorsement is so important. You want that in play. It's on your subcontractor's policy to protect you. And if you're a subcontractor, or why it's important is you obviously want to keep any general contractors you're working with happy, because you want to hopefully have more jobs with them in the future. And you also, most importantly, you want to make sure that you meet contractual requirements on any kind of job that you've signed up for as well too with a general contractor. And so one thing I really recommend up front, if you're a general contractor, I recommend talking to an insurance agent and going over the insurance requirements of the construction agreement that you have your subcontractor sign, to make sure that you're asking for the right kinds of coverage limits and additional insured endorsements and things like that. If you're a subcontractor and you have a job that you're considering doing, definitely have an insurance agent review the insurance requirements of the construction agreement before you sign it. Unfortunately, I've seen it happen before where a subcontractor gets excited to get a job. They just instantly sign in that construction agreement with the general contractor without even looking at the insurance requirements. And then they're having to add things to their policy to meet the insurance requirements of that contract.
So that's something an insurance agent can be very important, help you navigate through that process, whether you're a general contractor or a subcontractor. And so, when it comes to additional insured endorsements, there are a few different areas of coverage. The first is what's called ongoing operations, and would be kind of considered the basic additional insured or endorsement. And basically, what that means is that additional insured coverage is provided while the construction operations are going on. So, let's say that due to negligence by an HVAC contractor, there it causes some kind of property damage to the job site or bodily injury to a third party. The additional insured coverage on the ongoing operations would then help the general contractor in that situation, being an additional insured on the HVAC contractor's policy. But of course, ongoing operations is just part of a construction project. What happens when the project is done? And obviously, there could be things that could come up years after a construction project is completed. Let's say, for example, that faulty wiring was done by an electrician and caused a fire to the building and caused a total loss or extensive damage, a year after the project was completed. That's why if you're a general contractor, it's really important to also stipulate in your construction agreement that you want additional insured status for ongoing and completed operations. That completed operations is what's going to provide you the additional insured coverage after the job is done. And if you're a subcontractor, you're going to want to check your policy and make sure that you do have coverage if that's stipulated in a construction agreement that you're signing as well too. Another thing that's really common to see in additional insured endorsement requirements now is what's called primary and non-contributory coverage. And basically what that means is that the subcontractor's policy is going to be the primary policy to respond and pay first dollar rather than the general contractors. And if you're a general contractor, I definitely recommend having that in your insurance requirements for any subcontractors doing work for you. So now this is more on the subcontractor end, but how do you purchase or add an additional insured endorsement to your policy? And there are two different ways of doing that. One, and you can request individual endorsements to add each individual additional insured to your policy. The only way I would really recommend this, or it's the most cost-effective way, is if you're a newer contractor or you only require 1 to 2 additional insured in a year, or if you have very many jobs at all where additional insured status is required. I really recommend what's called a blanket additional insured endorsement. And what that provides is anytime you enter a construction agreement that requires someone to be listed as an additional insured, that's automatically included on your policy. So it's just a flat fee, so you know upfront for the year what your additional insured cost is going to be, and it doesn't go up no matter how many contracts you enter in a year where additional insured status is required. So that's kind of a quick overview on additional insureds in construction. If you have any questions, I'd love for you to either reach out in the comments section or contact me here by phone or text at 217-932-2267 or email to Dan, D-A-N, at shoremurphycasey, SHOREMURPHYCASEY.com. Thanks. We'll see you next time.